Biden's trade curbs on China aim to cut off its access to advanced chips and tools made with U.S. technology, software, or machinery. These chips are essential for many applications, such as artificial intelligence, supercomputing, and military weapons. China relies heavily on imports of these chips from the U.S. and its allies, such as Taiwan, Japan, and the Netherlands. The U.S. government says that these restrictions are necessary to protect its national security and economic interests. It claims that China uses these chips to develop and deploy weapons that threaten the U.S. and its allies. It also accuses China of violating human rights and suppressing dissent with the help of these chips. The U.S. wants to prevent China from gaining an edge in critical technologies that could challenge its global leadership. However, these trade curbs also pose significant risks for the U.S. tech sector, which depends on China as a huge market and a source of innovation. Some U.S. companies, such as Nvidia, have warned that these curbs could backfire and hurt their business and competitiveness. They say that China will not give up on its ambitions and will instead invest more in developing its own chip industry. This could reduce the demand for U.S. chips and tools and create new rivals for the U.S. tech sector. The U.S. is not alone in imposing these trade curbs on China. It has also urged its allies to follow suit and limit their exports of chips and tools to China. Some countries, such as Japan and the Netherlands, have agreed to cooperate with the U.S. on this issue. Others, such as South Korea and Germany, have expressed concerns about the impact of these curbs on their trade relations with China. The trade curbs on China have sparked a global race for chip supremacy. Both the U.S. and China are investing billions of dollars in building new chip factories and developing new technologies. They are also competing for talent, resources, and markets. The outcome of this race will have profound implications for the future of technology, economy, and security. Nvidia is one of the world's leading chip makers, especially in the fields of gaming, graphics, and artificial intelligence. Its products are widely used by tech companies around the world, including China. However, the U.S. government has imposed trade curbs on China that prevent Nvidia from exporting some of its most advanced chips to the country. This could have serious consequences for both Nvidia and the U.S. tech sector as a whole. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang has warned that the trade curbs could cause enormous damage to the U.S. tech industry, as China is a very important market and could develop its own chips if it cannot buy from the U.S. He said that if China can't buy from the U.S., they'll just build it themselves. He added that China is already starting to build chips that rival Nvidia's products for AI, gaming, and graphics. Huang urged the U.S. lawmakers to be thoughtful before imposing more export controls on China. He said that if Nvidia is deprived of the Chinese market, it doesn't have a contingency for that. He said that there is no other China. There is only one China. He said that there would be enormous damage to American companies if they were unable to trade with China. Huang also said that blocking the U.S. tech industry's access to China would undermine the Biden administration's efforts to boost domestic chip production. He said that if the American tech industry requires one-third less capacity due to the loss of the Chinese market, no one is going to need American fabs. He said that if they're not thoughtful on regulations, they will hurt the tech industry. Huang expressed his hope that Washington and Beijing can find solutions over the trade dispute. He said that he continues to see a large market for Nvidia's data center chips in China despite the U.S. restrictions. He said that Nvidia has embedded itself at the center of a global race to develop a new generation of AI tools, and that he wants to work with customers and partners in China as well as other countries.